Hi everyone, Gino from Gertens. Hey, today I'd like to share some tips on how to grow better tomatoes in your backyard. There's three things I'd like to share: how to plant tomatoes, how to feed them, and how to keep disease at bay. First of all, pick out nice tomato plants. And you can see here, we grow wonderful tomato plants here at Gertens. If you start out with nice tomato plants, you're way ahead of the game when it comes to growing tomatoes. As you can see, I've dug large, deep holes. Tomato plants will do better if you plant them deeper. So I always bury the first set of branches on the tomato plants. I get those buried below grade, and the tomato plant will root better and establish itself much better, and you'll have better yields. I like to use a tomato food with a lot of calcium. The Espoma tomato food is a great formulation. It's organic. Your tomatoes respond very well. High calcium tomato food keeps you from getting blossom end rot. You'll have nicer tomatoes. I love Better Boy tomatoes. They work great in my yard. I get a lot of tomatoes all season long. I have a few Beefmaster tomatoes. And so we're gonna plant these tomatoes. You can see how deep that's gonna go. But before we backfill it, I have my secret little fungicide recipe. This is an organic fungicide by Monterey. And believe it or not, it works great on fighting late and early blight. Use this on your tomatoes and you'll have blight-free tomatoes every year. Even if you plant them in your same spot in your garden year after year, which I do, and I don't get blight on my tomatoes. You'll love it. I mix the disease control in a watering can, about an ounce per gallon, and you drench your tomato plant root ball in the soil around it. And you do this before you backfill. And then after I'm done, I will water it with the same solution and drench the foliage and the soil around it. And I'm just going to smooth the soil around this, get it nice and level, make sure it's packed in. And as you can see, I've taken some nice, clean, sterilized, chopped straw, and I'm going to put that around my tomato plant. Oftentimes you get disease on your tomatoes from splashing water. By putting the straw down, you keep splashing soil from hitting your tomato plant. No soil on your tomato plant, no disease. Also, the straw helps suppress weeds. And it mats down and it tacks, so it doesn't blow away. The old Italians taught me how to stake up tomatoes with a single stem. You get more fruit and you'll get your tomato plants to grow as tall as your stakes. And that really benefits you late in the season. You'll get nice tomatoes high up on the stakes. So stay tuned. And as these tomatoes get bigger, we'll show you how to trellis and trim your tomato plants so you get the best yielding tomatoes you've ever had. Don't forget to plant the basil when you do your tomatoes. Boy, does that basil smell great. Oh, I can't wait for my tomatoes.